Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is Daytime Divas Season 1, Episode 8, and the name of this episode is And the Loser Is. Man, this was a great episode, and it definitely started off with a bang. And what I mean by the bang is that we finally got Mo back, y'all, and Mo is cutting up as usual. The episode opens up. Mo is actually on a rival daytime talk show called Morning Talk, and she's on their panel, and she's definitely throwing her jazz. But then when it came down to Maxine, now that, because you remember from the last episode, Maxine came out public with her and William's relationship. So Mo literally ran with that one. She was like, "Oh well, I'm not surprised. Maxine never really leaves home. So here's some other men that she's dated. She she showed a plumber, a pizza delivery boy, and a Mormon." I was like, Mo is off the hook. So Mo definitely is working her angle, and I'm definitely going to get into that. But that's where the episode opened. But pretty much the overall show, they are pretty much up for the Daytime Television Awards. It's kind of like the Emmys, where they're being nominated. But every year, Morning Talk wins, and the lunch hour has never won. So they're pretty much kind of passive about it, but yet they are excited because they get to dress up and all of that. But they're pretty much like, well, we don't never win anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into each character. Now as far as Maxine, Maxine wants William to go with her, and we even see a scene where William and Sean are having a moment, and William is telling him that, look, all those times you thought I was delivering packages, I was actually going up there to, put it down on your mom. That package here. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, remember that package I told you about that? Oh yeah, that wasn't really for real. So he's been doing this for quite some time, and he pretty much tells Sean that, him and Maxine have been messing around for a year. So Maxine comes and she pretty much invites William to be on her arm at the Daytime Television Awards, but William is kind of hesitant about it because the paparazzi. He's really like a private person and he doesn't really want to be in the public eye. But then he had pretty much said that someone left a delivery for you. But then she lets him know, yeah, it's Armani, and it's a suit for him to wear at the Daytime Daytime Television Awards. So we see that going on, and then we see that there's a lot that happens on the night of the Daytime Emmy Awards involving William and Maxine. Okay, now next person I'm going to talk about is Heather. Heather wants to wear something from her own line because Heather is very religious and pretty much the goody two shoes. So she wants to kind of like do her own thing. She wants to wear one of her own designs, and we also see that once it comes to the awards show, guess who actually shows up, y'all? Brad. Brad has, decided to leave his little side piece. He broke up with his side piece, and now he's now rededicated himself to Heather. And he was just being like the gentleman the entire night. And what was really funny about Heather was that Heather had this dress, and she had a matching purse with it. But when you took pictures of her, the dress actually revealed her boobs. Heather freaked out. And, and of course the girls had a field day with it. It's like, oh, girl, really? It's like, you got an impressive rack. So they were just really, poking fun with her and everything. And it was just hilarious. But we definitely see that, as far as Heather, her and Brad are somewhat, getting back together. And that was interesting to see. It seemed like, Brad is coming along, but then we're going to see even further how well he's come along, because he has issues with Brad Jr. calling himself Ella. All right. Next I'm going to talk about is Nina. Nina is, she pretty much, we pretty much see that, she's pretty much a journalist, and she's about, justice and civil rights, and she's pretty much about, the common people. And she was just over the hill on this episode, because they had like a soiree where they were like giving out a lot of free stuff, and her whole idea is like, we actually have money and we're getting all this free stuff. It's just so stupid. It's not fair. You got people out here starving and we're getting all the free stuff, and we got money to buy this stuff ourselves. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And all of that changed when the girl who was running the soiree showed her this, this silver like, and this silver crest like purse, and it was beautiful. But trick this, she set the purse down, and guess who picked it up? Star Jones. And I think this was really cool because, this show is actually based on Star Jones's book, Satan's Sisters, and she's one of the executive producers of the show. So it was cool that she pretty much played herself, as a celebrity. And her and Nina just got into it big time, because Star wanted the purse, Nina didn't want to give it up, and they were just going back and forth. And the lady who was running the soiree pretty much said that, look, Nina had the purse first, so it goes to Nina. So Star Jones lets her know that, oh, yeah, you won this round, but I got you. Oh, trust me, I got you, girl. Because, little do you know, I'm not only an award-winning author, I'm also a TV legend. I'm also, pro-women rights, and I'm a lawyer. So, watch your back. And we see later on the red carpet, let me just say, Nina looked stunning. I have to say, she probably had the best look. I think her and Kitty, had the best look, for the award show. But Heather, no, sorry, not Heather. Forgive me, y'all. But Nina, is, working the purse. We definitely see her and Sean are now coming together, and they're pretty much building, they're kind of reestablishing their connection again. I mean, they're not together as boyfriend and girlfriend, but you can definitely tell there's no chemistry between the two of them. But also what happened is that while they were on the red carpet, Star Jones intersects her, and also Mo is actually working with Fashion Cop, aka Fashion Police, on the red carpet. This was something that was famously done by, Joan Rivers, and, rest in peace, Joan. But Joan was off the hook on the red carpet. And it was cool to see that Mo was giving that kind of tease. Like, she was asking, like, what are you wearing? And she was just going in on everybody that she ran into. Like, Mo just has that kind of personality that she's like a people person. So her being on Fashion Cop was perfect for her. But she was interviewing Nina, and then all of a sudden Star Jones came up, and then, Mo actually noticed Nina's purse. Star Jones came left field and said, oh yes, that purse, it's funny because that purse was actually made, at a sweatshop, that pretty much she got it at a sweatshop that's run by child labor. And it's so sad that there's a lot of these places where they promote child labor, and a lot of people don't even know where they are. There are a lot of places that that do child labor, and it's funny that I'm a lawyer and I knew this information, but for you, Nina, a Pulitzer Prize winner, you should know about these things. I was like, Star, you evil. Woo! I was rolling. I was like, wow, she really flipped it on Nina. And Nina felt bad because here it is, she was talking about hating free stuff, but then when she saw that purse, she definitely grabbed that. All of that went out the window, but then on the red carpet, she finds out that the company that made them is, actually uses child labor to make their products. So she really felt like, whoa, like literally like somebody punched her in the gut. And then we actually see during, I'm gonna definitely talk about that later. So let's move on. The next person I'm going to talk about is Kibby. Now, Kibby, I love Kibby. Kibby is like my favorite character, along with Mo. Kibby, we actually see a scene where her sister is trying to get into acting. And it's definitely not sitting very well with Kibby because she knows that her mother has something to do with it. Because her mother pretty much exploited her, through her career, and she's starting to see the same thing happening with her younger sister, Tandy. So she she invites Tandy to go to the award ceremony with her, and it was real funny because Kibby was like, okay, girl, you got those dresses. Pick out a dress. You can pick out any one you want. She picked out this red dress, and she's like, oh no, not that one, bitch. Put it back. I was like, Kibby's a mess. But then the add injury to the situation, when it came to the night of the awards, she was looking for Tandy and couldn't find her. Her mother took the dress that Tandy was supposed to wear and decided to show up herself. She just took Tandy's took it and decided to attend the awards herself, and Kibby was pissed. But even more so, she was even more pissed because remember on the last episode, this guy Vance, who actually played her TV father on Lacey and Outer Spacey, remember he was going to appear on the talk. I'm sorry. What is wrong with me, y'all? Forgive me. He was going to appear on the lunch hour, but Kibby got him to drop out. So now he's going to be. So now he's at the award ceremony, and we actually find out a little bit more as to what happened between Vance and Kibby. While they were on the set, she actually first met him when she was 14 years old, but he waited till she became legal to start forcing himself onto her. So more like he took advantage of her, and sexually. And she has hated that man's guts for years because I think it became repetitive. And it was just something that he did on a regular basis. And the thing about it, her mother knew about it. And her mother was like, well, he at least waited until you were 18. He actually paid you a lot of money. And Kitty was like, no, he paid you a lot of money. So it just goes to show how much of a trifling piece of trash Kibby's mother is, because she exploited Kibby, pretty much pimped her out, for wealth. And now she's doing the same thing with Tandy, because Vance has a new show and Tandy is going to play, his TV daughter. And this sends Kibby backwards, and she relapses and starts drinking. And I'm like, damn, like her mother just has this type of manipulative streak where every time she intersects her, it's like the problems just resurface all over again. So we saw that go on. Now, the next person I'm going to talk about is Mo with her crazy self. Man, Mo was lit the entire episode. One, she was actually on the morning talk, and pretty much we see that, but then also we find out that Mo is also going to be nominated with the lunch hour, for the daytime television award. Next, we see that Mo shows up to the set of the lunch hour. Everybody's talking to him, and then all of a sudden Maxine, and then next you know they literally standing face to face, and then all of a sudden Nina was like, "Wow, high heels at high noon. So it's about to go down." And the next thing you know, Mo was like, "Oh, girl, your talks job is amazing. I pretty much got it's to the point where I don't even notice it anymore." Talking about her getting Botox, and then like Maxine was like, "Oh God, look what the cat threw up," then ate and threw up again. And then that Mo said the line that had me dying. She's like, "Oh yes, this pussy has 9 lives." I was like, oh my God, like Mo is hilarious, and I'm so happy that Mo is back. So they squaring off, and she lets Maxine know that the daytime that morning talk is offering her a slot, a permanent slot on their show. Next, we actually see that she goes to talk to her hairdresser, and she lets her know that, look, the morning talk is offering me a position, but don't tell anybody. Oh, girl! Soon as Mo went to the bathroom, the hairdresser posted it on social media. So therefore, that talk is going on. Then we actually see the network, the head of the network. He pretty much decides that, look, we need to get someone who had just as much buzz as Mo, because since Mo has left, the ratings have kind of taken a dip, and he wants those ratings back up. So he suggests this girl, I think her name is Kai, and she pretty much is like an internet sensation. She just stuffs marshmallows down her mouth, and she has all of these followers. And when she came to the lunch hour, because she was going to be a guest host, man, that girl was so out of her league, because she's just still trending on YouTube, and she's like, "Oh, what are you guys' names again?" And she's like, "You don't even know who." And then Nina was like, "You don't even know who we are?" And she's like, "No, I don't even watch the show. But from what I can tell, you're the serious one. You are the real religious one, but yet you say things that are really stupid, and you get on people's nerves." So she just started reading them and everything. And then when it came down to the show, she pretty much, was talking about one season charity, and was talking about, we should actually. Then she was talking about, like, we also do a drive, where we give free iPhones to the homeless. And she's like, well, just because you don't have a home doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a phone. And I'm like, this girl is so much. She is like literally like she's like completely insane. And and like already the girls don't like her, because she's already rubbing them the wrong way, and she's pretty much an airhead. And then Heather was like, "Oh, so are these supposed to be gifts to the homeless? So I'm guessing the bills that come every month is for the homeless also," and just shut her down. And I was like, wow. So yeah, Heather definitely has that edge, but it comes out at certain moments. Heather does play that, holier than thou role, but then every now and then she be giving you bitch. And in that moment she gave you bitch, and it was everything. Also, what I want to also discuss is like the award show. Again, if I miss anything, put it down in the comments. But at the award show, William is getting all kind of disrespect. You know, Maxine trying to boost up his character. She's embellishing. William's not for it. Then she introduces him to Vance, and she lets him know that he's my doorman, and you know he's my boyfriend. But I met him at my door. He's my doorman at my building. And we just see William's face drop because he's like, man, I'm so used to not having to explain what we have to anybody. So now I'm being put in this situation and it's now public. It really just sent William over the edge. And then he really exploded when they were walking out. Pretty much this reporter started asking these stupid questions. So are things going to look up for you now that you are now Maxine's boyfriend after you've been opening up her doors for years? And William just loses it. And he said, and like Maxine's like, look, this is my life. You have to be calm. He's like, no, this is your life. I don't have to be a part of this. And he walks off. So it's like, from the cameras, it looked like they broke up, but really they didn't. You know, they just went back to their normal arrangement where it was on the down low. Now, also what happened on the show was that, you know, Mo was pretty much sitting with the morning talk, you know, because, you know, she's actually being nominated with the lunch hour. And it's already buzz going out that the morning talk wants to hire her. The head of the network, he is just like over the hill. He's like, look, we need Mo back. You know, we need to get those views back. The views have been slipping since she's been gone. But Maxine ain't having it. She's like, look, Mo got fired for sexual harassment in the workplace. I'm not going for it. You know, Mo is not coming back on my show. We just got to keep finding co-hosts, and at the end of the day, it's me or Mo. Who you choosing? So she pretty much stood up to the network and pretty much told old boy that, you know, that he can kiss her ass. Mo's not coming back to the show. So they read the nominees. Vance is the one that's actually presenting the award. They pretty much reveal who the winner is, and trip this. The lunch hour won the award for the first time. The girls are in the dressing room, kicked off their shoes and relaxed their feet, and party all down to the escape beat, while they actually won the award. So Mo was already still sitting down in the audience. So Mo was like, told the morning talk chicks like, excuse me, bitches, but I won, and just kind of gave them just said like deuces, ran up there and started talking, pretty much thanking everybody. And she actually in this moment said something good about Maxine. He says, yes, I may go at Maxine a lot, but Maxine is a leader and she cares about every single woman on this panel. And yeah, it's annoying, but I do respect her because she is a powerful woman and she created a lane for all of us to be stars. So Maxine, starts to talk, and they immediately start playing the music. She's like, no, I've been waiting years for this. You're not going to turn me off. So she says what she has to say. Then Nina tries to do damage control about when she found out about that purse, being made by child slave labor. She tries to say like, oh, you know what? I am going to sell this, and I'm going to donate it to charity, and all of you, all the free stuff you guys have, you should sell it, and we all donate to charity. Who's with me? And crickets. like Nina, sit your butt down, but she meant well. So they actually won the award, and that was crazy. And then we come to find out, and this was the tee-hee-hee of the episode. Because, it's been this buzz that the morning talk was going to hire Mo full time. So Maxine actually talks to she talks to the lady who actually she pretty much runs the show on the morning talk. And she's like, look, I know I had to steal Mo from you, but hey, because while during the acceptance speech, she actually gave Mo her job back, but also gave her a raise because Mo told her that, look, they gave me a 20%, and she's like, look, I'll match you. So Mo not only got a job back, but she also got a raise. Old girl from the Morning Talk said that, we was never going to hire her. I mean, that was pretty much a rumor that's been spreaded. I don't know who spread that rumor, but we were never going to hire her. But hey, thank you for taking her off our hands. I mean, we enjoyed her for the little time we did, but yeah, it's done. And then all of a sudden, Maxine looks at Mo, and Mo's like sipping the champagne, like, gotcha, bitch. And I was like, Mo is she is like so manipulative that it's like a science to her, because she intentionally told her hairdresser, because she know her hairdresser is a messy bitch. So she let the hairdresser know about it, knowing it was going to go viral, and now it was going to be this tit for tat of who was going to get Mo. And she pretty much used that to get back on the lunch hour, but to get back and get a raise. So she pretty much, did a TKO on Maxine. So that was hilarious. And then just briefly, we saw that Sean met with the cop, and he pretty much tells it the way Maxine told him about what happened on the night that Ted died, and then he pretty much says that so how long has your mother and William been talking to each other? He's like, this has been about a year or so. Now, remember, the detective thought they just recently started dating, like the day of the show. When Maxine announced that William was her boyfriend. Now he realizes they've been together for a year. Pretty much behind closed doors. Then Sean later finds out, because William talks about this event, involving Oprah Winfrey, but it happened 5 years ago, and he's like, I thought you said that you and my mother were only messing with each other for about a year. So meaning, for over 5 years, Maxine and William been doing their thing, and they've been keeping it under wraps. So after we saw that Maxine and William had that blowout in front of the cameras, so now everybody sees that Maxine and William broke up. But really, they just decided to go back to their original arrangement where, it was on the DL. And then we see the clip where we see that Ted is dead, and, William is like, right there above his body. And then Maxine comes out and was like, look, I think we need to call the cops. And he's like, no, wait a minute. So we see that, yeah, they did something happened to Ted, but they covered it up. And we now also realize that Sean didn't kill him. Sean and him just got into a fight. But Sean actually left. And it was the night of his graduation when this happened. So now we got that out. And now we're going to find, I think next week they're doing a 2-hour season finale of this show. So we're going to find out probably what really happened to Ted. So that's my review, y'all. Again, if I missed anything, put it down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. But subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I will be back with the 2-hour season finale next week of Daytime Divas. So until then, everybody, take care.